T. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Let's No Classics. This is episode number 2370 and Doubleshot 2264. I have these two trades have one thing in common. Two people who can fly. First one we have is Superboy, Boy of Steel. This collects material. Yes, material, because it collects the whole story, because it's the back of the story in these issues. Of Avenger Comics, Volume 2, Issues 0 through 3, 5 and 6, along with Avengers Superman Secret Files 2009, number 1. You have Jeff Johns right there with Francis Manpole doing the artwork as well. Mostly put in these issues, it's just basically Connor come back. This is basically what he was up just after he was resurrected. Throughout these issues, basically, he's here with Crypto, the super dog. And he also has, like, a date with his old girlfriend, Cassandra, which I thought that was quite nice. Apparently, I like the fact also that she's good friends with, of course, the Kents. Obviously, because, well, kind of like sense them. Yep. Yep. Now, issue 0. It's just basically a backstory of Lex Luthor. That's what it is. They included here because Jeff Johns wrote it. It also features a reprint. Now, the story starts with issue 1. We also first appearance of Lori Luthor, who is Lex Luthor's niece. Yep, his niece. Yeah, she makes her first appearance in this. Yeah, she's pretty much here as a supporting character for Connor. And she appears throughout these issues, and she appears as a recurring character in the Superboy run that comes after this, and that was it for her. Yep. Yeah, the whole thing with Wonder Girl that happens during that issue. We also have Simon Valentine, who appears throughout these and the Superboy run. Yeah, he's another like original character for this book, which is quite nice. There is a backup feature for this book, and of course there's a wonderful image issue 2 where you have Superboy and Wonder Girl sit at the picnic table and is being held up by Crypto, who's flying. And of course they kiss, and she's there to have dinner with the Kents. Yep, and she gets on great with the Kents. Well, actually, more with Ma Kent, because Pa Kent passed away thanks to Superman arc. And most of it, basically, we continue building up stuff with Lex Luthor in these issues. With issue 3, he teams up with Red Robin. And, of course, basically, Red Robin does make the fact him and Cassandra did have a brief thing. And, according to Connor, Cassie told him that. And he also brings the fact he tried to clone Connor, but it didn't work. Yeah, I do enjoy the fact I had a chance to reunite with it. Now, issue 4 doesn't feature him at all. And I'm thinking, why does issue 4 feature him? Well, there's a reason why he does not feature issue 4. The reason why, because basically it's a Superboy issue. Well, Superboy Prime issue mostly. He's in the second story. And mostly with Lex Luthor. Yep. Which, of course, Lex meets up with his niece for the first time. Of course, he's like, nah, that's not my niece. And then he meets his sister. Who calls... Yeah, there's also a bit of time traveling in here. Also, with issue 6, they basically dropped the backup feature for the book. Yep. And this was the last story in the book. Issue 6. Yep. This most of it is basically trying to cure Lexus when he kind of takes it away. We also have Brainiac pop in this issue as well, which is really cool. Yeah, and Lena herself only appeared for this one issue here. It pops up in Superboy and Superman Secret Origin, and that's it. But wait, you might ask, what about Superman Secret Files 2009? Now you're probably thinking, what are they reprinting for this one? Yeah, it's strange that they included in here. I think it's mostly just profile pics. I'm trying to find out exactly what it is because basically it has the Lex stuff first, then. But this book is just overall really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm gonna give the book a 10 out of 10 because it was just really good. Also, thanks to viewing issues 5 and 6, I got done issues 5 and 6. Well, mostly put basically. 6, basically, they dropped the Superboy feature for the book, and they're going to replace issue 7 by. Which is actually not in the book, it's part of the Blackest Night stuff. It's part of the Rise Black Ops. I think we reviewed it there, so. But basically, issues 8 through I think it's 12. It's a lot of stuff dealing with New Krypton. That's mostly exactly what the book is basically there for. Mm-hmm. Before it becomes fully a lead superheroes book. Next is on to a Captain Marvel. Which one? Monica Rambeau. Yep. This book collects basically her debut appearance. I think over here at the back has no way to say it. So, this book collects Amazing Spider-Man A number 16, which is her debut. Avengers 227, 279, Marvel Team 142 and 43. Her two Captain Marvel one-shots. Avengers number 5, and material from Solo Avengers number 2, Marvel Fanfare 42 and 57. Now, the annual and the Marvel Team issues, not going to discuss issues because I've discussed those already. 227, which comes right after the issue which has the debut in the origin story. It's pretty much her basically joining the Avengers with issue 227. It's her next appearance. So this most supposed to collect some of her early appearances, but not all of them per se, just some of them. So yeah, basically you have her joining the Avengers with this issue. That's most of what she's here for. She just joins the Avengers. It's her joining the Avengers in this book here. And then the Avengers issue, this also deals with Hank Pym as well, which is also part of his little saga of the trial of the Yellow Jacket stuff. It's almost like her joining the Avengers basically is like a backdrop to the whole thing with that. And then we have the two Captain Marvel, the two Marvel Team issues, which I've discussed already thanks to the Alien Cinema Saga, so I'm going to skip over those two issues. And you think, okay, what's next after those two issues? Well, next up is basically 279, where she takes up leadership of the Avengers. That's why I think that's probably the reason why I included this issue because, well, her lead Avengers. Also, Dr. Drew joins the Avengers this issue. It's a lot of focus on her. Plus, we get a chance to see She-Hulk in a swimsuit. Here you go. I mean, it's always great, the beautiful She-Hulk in a swimsuit. Yep. And I think Roger Stern writes this because he was writing the Avengers book at the time, so why not? To go to issue, and then we have the Soul Avengers issue, which is basically her. Appears on Roger Stern writes a lot of her early appearances. So this is basically her first. You can think of this as her first solo book, just first solo story she's had. Most of it's her taking on some people from who deal with some project whatever, and then we have Marfan 42. This actually is the first one not done by This is actually done by Dennis Malone with art by Bob Hall. Most of which is basically the whole thing with the story is you have Monica going to a party and dealing with vampires. And then finally get to her very first Captain Marvel book. They call it Giant Size Special Novel Captain Marvel number 1, which technically is her very first Captain Marvel comic book. Which is the second one here as well. Yeah, most of this one, this is actually, get this. This is another story here, not done by Roger. This actually is done by the late Dwayne McDuffie. It's most of her just doing her superhero work. That's most of what this issue is. And this is strange, though. Monica Rambeau did not get her own series until when the tie-in for the Marvels. Like, she just had 2 one-shots and some spotlight appearances. I'm like, that's it? Yeah, that's basically it for her. Also, she finds Moonstone and a female guardswoman. It's a very interesting issue. And then we cut right back at the more fanfare, issue 57. And who this is one? It's Bill Mantlo. Yeah, where it starts out with a lot of with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is right. 5 2-page spreads. Yep. And then we have like 1 full thing. It's just most of it just deals with stuff in New Orleans. And then we have Captain Marvel issue number 2, which they credit here as issue number 1. But it's also Joe McDuffie as well. This issue mostly deals with bigotry. Also, for some reason, the artist gives her braids. I have no idea why the heck they do that for her. Excuse me. Also, the color seems like her hair thinks her hair is red and it's black. It makes no freaking sense. We also got some appearance in here by Captain America. What's up with this issue here? Also, apparently whoever the artist is, apparently looked like they almost gave her abs with her outfit. Yep. Yeah, that's something. I don't have a problem with that. I have no problem seeing a woman being drawn with abs. That's perfectly fine. It's a okay book. And then comes Avengers Unplugged number 5, which is her. This is when she stopped using the name Captain Marvel when she became Proton, where she meets the son of the original Captain Marvel, and she's here being controlled by the controller, where it's like messing with her hair, and it's like, come attention, I want to dress you beautifully, absolutely beautiful. Ascend your arm. Where apparently he puts out a cigarette, not even a flinch. One last test in your complete world. Kiss me. Yes, the gross controller kisses the beautiful Monica Rambeau. Which, if you think about it, this is the first guy she's ever kissed in the comics. Yes, it took an Iron Man villain to basically make out with her. Yeah, and this book here is done by Glenn Harding, and the whole thing with this book, the whole thing is her going after various people, and apparently with this book, apparently the color is remembered. Oh yeah, her hair is actually her hair is black and it's not braided. Yeah, apparently for some reason, it's weird for the Captain Marvel one shots where she's got braided hair and it's red. Here is back, no more color. She's still sexy as always. Yeah, and of course, the whole thing this one is trying to take out Genville. And it just basically a lot of stuff here, and of course to deal with it, and of course she stops being Captain Marvel becomes Proton at the end of the book. And that's it. Kind of weird though they ended with her becoming Proton. It's like they have her stop becoming it's like the last book they have in here. It's like all Captain Marvel stuff and having her first time appears as Proton. Yeah, I have no idea why in the world that she did this for. It's quite something though. Currently, she's back being Proton, but if you're curious though, when she used her identities, she becomes Pulsar in New Thunderbolts number 9, and with the relaunch of New Avengers by Al Ewing, she becomes Spectrum. Currently, she's back being Proton again, thanks to her mini-series that she finally got. And writers started to write. It was written by E.V. Ewing. Interesting. Yeah, as for the whole reason why in the world they had her basically appear, it's like it's almost like she was specifically created just to have a new Avenger join the group. And she's a cool character. I do appreciate that some of this book collects some of her early appearances, but not all of them. But mostly they collect books that focus on her. There is a more fanfare issue in here, which of course she does appear in, but she's not the focus. But any book she's the focus of, they put in this trade here, aside from the 2 Captain Marvel books. I'm gonna give this book here a 10 out of 10 because it's pretty good. Actually, I'll give that basically 9.5 because then just a plug issue was really weird. Like, okay, so let's have the controller brainwash Monica Rambeau to have her hold her hand out so she can put out a cigarette and then make out with him. Also, there's saliva there. Like, really, artist? Was that necessary to show that? Like, Monica Rambeau, a very beautiful woman in the comics, and her first kiss is with the controller. It seems as though, from what I can tell anyway, especially Roger Stern, a lot of the time, it seems like no one had any idea what to do with this character. I mean, she's been around since the 80s, but it seems like no one has any idea what to do with this character. I don't know, it's weird. Okay? So yeah, that's a particular view. Next time we do some manga and then on to Bleach. Okay? Next video. Bye.